Hi Army. Welcome to Gallery Jungkook. Hello, Army. The songs Taehyung and Jungkook have shared over time form an emotional narrative that deserves closer attention. Rather than merely symbolizing distance or separation, music often becomes the most honest way to express what cannot be spoken. These songs are not direct confessions, but reflections of emotion, inner processes, and a bond that continues to evolve. They are not about endings, but about relationships that change, grow, and find their own form. That is why January 26, 2016, becomes an intriguing moment. On that day, Taehyung shared a short cover of How I'm Supposed to Live Without You on BTS's Japanese Fan Cafe, a song with a simple question, yet heavy with the meaning of loss. From the very first verse, feelings of confusion, fear, and loss dominate. The song feels like the voice of someone who loved in silence and only realized the depth of those feelings when everything began to feel fragile. Taehyung's interpretation presents restrained emotion, not as a declaration, but as a deeply personal artistic expression. The sadness feels complex, honest, and layered. Timing also matters. Between 2014 and 2015, public attention toward Taehyung and Jungkook's dynamic grew, alongside the pressure and expectations that came with BTS's rising popularity. Some songs feel like emotional responses, others like personal reflections. This song itself is known as a heartbreak ballad, about losing a future that was once imagined together. The rejection of rumors and the need for certainty reflect a process of accepting reality. The repeated refrain sounds like a lament, emphasizing how difficult it is to imagine life without someone meaningful. Taekook are known to have a strong emotional connection to music. Not because every song is literal, but because music provides a safe space to express feelings that cannot always be shown in front of cameras. On the same day, Jungkook uploaded a cover of Nothing Like Us on Twitter. This moment is often seen as the beginning of an emotional dialogue through music, about a love that feels real, yet is halted by circumstances. The phrase "there's nothing like you and me" emphasizes the uniqueness of that connection, not as a factual statement, but as an emotional expression within the context of the song. On February 15, 2016, Jungkook explained that he always understands the meaning of the lyrics before making a cover. This confirms that song choices are thoughtful expressions, not coincidences. Over time, this pattern continues, from To Find You to Golden Hour. Each song carries a different tone: hope, togetherness, introspection, and calm. These songs do not stand alone. They form an emotional dialogue that slowly develops as time passes. Small details often draw attention, favorite songs mentioned, or admissions that certain songs are frequently sung for each other. Not proof, but a glimpse of trust built through music. In the following years, the pattern remains consistent. Songs like Moon and Pretender once again show music as a space for reflection, honesty, and emotional connection. All of these songs form an emotional language, a language that may only be fully understood by those living within it. Ultimately, this series of songs is not literal evidence, but an emotional narrative that grows naturally. It shows closeness and comfort in sharing something meaningful. This is why the story is difficult to ignore. Not because of any particular claim, but because it speaks about connection and a wordless language. What we see is not separate fragments of moments, but an emotional arc that slowly evolves. Music becomes a safe space to process feelings without conflict. In an industry that carefully controls image, music often becomes the most honest medium to convey emotion without verbal explanation. Emotional expression does not always appear as direct statements. Song choices, lyrics, and timing can become an alternative language, subtle, yet meaningful. This language does not demand everyone's understanding. It only needs to be understood by those who use it. Taehyung and Jungkook's relationship also grows naturally. They develop as individuals, artists, and human beings, each with their own rhythm and challenges. Every relationship adapts and finds new ways to stay connected. This is where music becomes the common thread. When words feel risky, music offers protection, allowing emotions to exist without the demand for explanation. For ARMY, the urge to draw conclusions is natural. But not every story needs a definitive ending to be appreciated. Sometimes, the greatest value lies in the process, in the emotional journey that may not always be visible, but can be felt. What cannot be denied is its consistency. This exchange of music transcends time, concepts, and career phases, revealing genuine trust. This is not about proving something, but about acknowledging emotional depth. In a world full of quick assumptions, stories like this remind us of the importance of sensitivity, that not everything needs to be labeled. Music becomes the bridge between what is unspoken and what can be felt. In the end, Taehyung and Jungkook's songs present a quiet yet lasting story, not because of drama, but because of sincerity. Perhaps that is why this story continues to be discussed. Many people see reflections of themselves within it. As a closing note, this story does not require a final answer. Its strength lies precisely in its openness. As long as music remains part of their journey, this emotional dialogue will continue, silent, yet meaningful.